Alright guys, today we got a couple of E46s we have. By no means are these show cars, but we're going to show you a little bit around these E46s, talk about the E46, this 3 Series generation, and really what's the difference. We have an automatic, we have a manual. These are both with the facelifts, and we're just going to talk about the years, the differences between them, and just kind of give you a brief overview of the E46 generation.
Let's get into it. What do you think of these BMWs? What do you think of these BMWs?
So the E46 is a 3 Series BMW chassis from 1998 to 2006. This includes sedans, coupes, convertibles, all the different types. They had their facelift in 2001, so from 98 to 2001 you get a different bumper style, a little bit different amenities, versus from 2001 to 2005, 2006 has a convertible that's still E46. Those are the facelifts. So 2001 up is facelifts. Both of these are 2002, so they have the facelift bumpers. The earlier E46s had the M52 TU engine, which is an inline 6. However, the M54 came in the facelift engine. So both of these have the M54, and we'll go over those ones. M54, not N54, that everyone knows about. However, these engines are known to be reliable within reason. It is a BMW, and you got to take care of oil leaks, Vanos, and a bunch of different things. Overall, the E46 is a great chassis that you could build on and do a lot of things with. There's a reason why these cars are very popular. They are used for drifting, for tracking, for anything you could think of, they get thrown into it,
Yeah, this is a massive platform. There's all sorts of aftermarket and all sorts of parts for these things. There's so many of them too.
And like I said, these two aren't our show quality. These are just cars that we picked up and we're working on, and you'll see some more content with them in the channel.
Yes, sir.
However, since we have two at the same time, we decided to show a little video about the E46s.
Also, guys, if you guys want to watch more BMW content, we have the E39 video linked in the upper right corner right now.
And if you like E39s, we also have the E30 that you should check out too. That
Definitely.
one is our personal one that we actually are keeping. So
Yes,
you
sir.
should check that one out too.
It's beautiful.
Alright, so one thing that people get confused often is that with these generations, this platform, is that there's actually 6 different transmission options. You have 3 different automatic transmissions and 3 different manual transmission makers. There are 5-speed and 6-speed options for manual. Automatics, there's 4-speed and 5-speed automatics. And actually, so these are known as the Autotrans are SMGs, which are notorious. And if you've ever owned one, there's a lot of issues with the SMG transmissions. However, they can be somewhat reliable. A step above are the ZF automatic transmissions used in these Beamers, and then also GM. Yep, General Motors made transmissions for BMW. And believe it or not, and I know people with 4L60Es know GM and are a little iffy on their trans sometimes. However, the GM trans is the most reliable transmission for these BMWs. Automatic. GM only made their automatic transmissions. Alright? The only real way for you could look up your VIN, but the best way to figure out which transmission you have is to literally get underneath the car and find the maker's tag. Also, so now the manual. Same type of thing, you have 6 speeds and 5-speed options, mainly through GetRag and ZF. Ours is GetRag, a German brand, and they are decently good at manual transmissions. The E46 with the manuals are more desirable, and they tend to last longer than the automatic transmissions.
This one's a manual?
This one's the manual right here.
Okay.
This one's a 5-speed.
This one's auto?
This one, the convertible is auto.
Okay.
Another thing about convertibles, because BMW thought the American market liked sporty convertibles, which at the time was very popular.
Apparently they do, yeah.
The convertibles and sedans had in 2003, 2005, they had a 330i sedans and convertibles that had a ZHP package, which is basically their performance package. It came with bigger camshafts, which is equivalent to a little more power, a little more oomph in the trunk, an engine bay, if you know what I mean. It had a higher red line. The red line went from 6.5 to 6.8. And just an overall better suspension. So if you're a collector out there and you find the ZHP package at a decent price, they're a little fun car to go ahead and cop and whip around. You know, summertime rides. Whip out the convertible.
Summertime rides.
Take the family out in the sedan. You know, that's the 330s with the ZHP package.
Get some vitamin D while you're at it.
There you go. Alright, so here's the interior of the sedan, and it's your typical BMW interior. One thing to note, how you see this is a 5-speed, which is a little more unique on BMWs, is that the reverse is all the way to the left. So you only have 2 gears that are down, second and fourth, but the rest of the gears are up, so you have 4 gears to go. So you got to go all the way to the left, and that's how you go to reverse. And you know, it's a pretty standard BMW interior. You have your cluster with everything that you could need. Here's your typical BMW cluster. Has your tach, your gauges, lots of lights, what BMW are known for, and you have your MPG gauge as well. Cool. And this is just a little bit of the interior. Nothing crazy special, but this is the get rag transmission as well. We got underneath to check. Alright, so now we got this 325i. So this is pretty much the same interior, however this one's automatic. This is, apologize because we haven't done much, we haven't cleaned it yet, but we're just showing you a little around the BMWs. So the BMWs are very common for the driver's seat to go out to get torn up. That's very common. Obviously the guy that was driving this was a little lonely because the passenger seat is in all right condition. However, if you look around, this is what a stereotypical E46 interior will be like. If you have the coupes, because this is a coupe, you can see the space that a 5'2" male has back here. Not a lot of space.
You have anything to say? Criminal.
If you notice, compared it to the other BMW, we have the same cluster along with the same, pretty much the same dash design. Alright, the only difference is the E46 sedan has a double DIN aftermarket radio, while this one
look at that.
has the stock radio.
Tell me about these machines.
So these both are the facelift. They're both actually, they're in 2002, right? So the M54 engine is where in these. If you have the M52 or the M54, it doesn't matter. These E46s, their biggest known issue is the cooling system. A lot of the cooling system parts in these motors have plastic pieces, and they tend to break over time. The expansion tank right here, no matter the age, tends to crack. You have the water pumps that go bad, radiators go bad. Pretty much the biggest flaw in these vehicles is the cooling system. So you want to make sure you take care of that stuff. Make sure you get it maintenance. If you're replacing one, replace it all. Just peace of mind, right? You don't want an overheating Beamer.
This one, Joseph.
So same engine, however it's missing all the plastic trim. We have that in a box over from the previous owner, and we just haven't installed it yet. But one thing you want to note is if you're doing cooling system stuff or you're doing any major work, the automatics have this fan clutch here, right?
Okay.
So in order to remove these fan clutches, you need a special BMW tool or you need a 32mm wrench to get there. So a lot of the time when you're replacing things, you're going to need special BMW tools or make your way around it. If we go look at the manual, BMW, the manual transmission has an electric fan, no fan clutch. So that's a different upgrade for these cars.
Which one's better? You'd rather have the electric or you'd rather have the...
You'd rather have the electric, 100% of the time. A lot of people convert their clutches to electric fans if they plan on keeping their car.
Fair enough.
Another thing that's different is in the cooling systems attached to the radiator, transmission fluid cooler.
Okay.
And you can see it down here. There's 2 lines that go into it. Probably see it better from the bottom, but that's something that these automatics have that the manuals don't, because automatic transmissions tend to run a little hotter, so you need to cool the fluid down. And it works just like a radiator. It's a heat exchanger where the air cools it down and it blows back, and as it blows through that heat exchanger core, and it goes and feeds cooler transmission fluid back into the automatic transmission. Overall, these E46s are great cars. Know their main issues. The main issues with these are the cooling systems and the Vanos unit. The Vanos tend to be a It's like a variable valve timing, but for BMW, and they tend to start rattling.
It's
and make a
VTEC.
little noise. Sure, the German VTEC.
Equivalent.
Yeah. And another thing with BMW, just advice for all of you future BMW owners: buy good parts. Do not buy your eBay coil packs. Do not buy your Chinese counterparts just because you could save a few bucks. With BMW specifically, you want to use German or good quality aftermarket parts. Alright, so one thing too, if you're looking to get into the E46 scene, currently there are plenty of them at the junkyard.
That is true.
So you could find parts for these cars pretty easily. Obviously, there's some parts you get from the junkyard, some parts you should just get new. Right, if you need interior pieces, there's plenty of them. I've gotten bumpers, grills, interior pieces, trim, that all from the junkyard without a problem. So the convertibles get these stock 17 wheels that to some people think look good, some people look cheesy. I think they look good for the convertibles. Obviously, they need to be cleaned up to look a little better.
Yeah, 17s too. Different design though.
The E46s, they are a great platform for those that are starting out in the car world. BMWs, you know what they stand for though, break my wallet. So don't get into a BMW and not expect to spend a little money. However, if you do, once you get into the community is great. There's so many people out there, from young guys to old heads, that know every torque spec to mind. And platform, you'll want to just look online, join platforms, join the forums, check them out. You have any issues, they can help you solve them. It's also great to pick up little things like this. This is just a Haynes manual. They're cheap, and they have all the torque specs that you need. Pretty much the support for these cars are endless. You can find parts everywhere. It's a great platform to really get into.
If you're a single man and you're looking for love out here during the pandemic, a convertible BMW is not enough. That's right, this guy's not enough. You want some baddies, you're also going to need some crazy drip.
We got the solution for you. Check out Projects Automotive. We're going to link their website down in the comments below. If you want to get any sort of drip, everything is car related. They got some really cool designs. In this one specifically, we got the LS400. So if you want to check out that playlist, it'll be linked in the upper right corner. On top of that, they make some really nice stickers. Check them out right here. We got the, oh, look at that MR2. And look at that Land Cruiser. There it is, LS400. So if you guys want to get any of these stickers and some really cool designs that we're gonna, again, have in the comments down below, and check them out. Projects Automotive. All right, fellas, that's gonna be it for the E46s today. So if you got something in specific that you want to know about this car, write us a comment down below. And let's not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. If you guys want to check out some more content, here we'll leave you some suggestions. Check us out. Enjoy.